Good morning, everyone, and welcome to this episode of Hausman Productions. Today, we're going to be exploring the exciting diet known as the 5 Bites diet. The 5 Bites diet was created in roughly 2007 by one Dr. Alwyn Lewis, who recommended it in his book, Why Wait? The diet has also been recommended on Dr. Oz by Dr. Oz himself. It is one of the most popular diets currently performed, as it is extremely simple to follow. All that one needs to do is limit themselves to 10 bites of food a day. Of course, some of you are now probably wondering, if it's the 5 Bites diet, why is it 10 bites of food a day? Solution is a little simpler than you might think. It's just that the 10 bites are only 2 meals of the day that you're allowed to have. There's no breakfast on this diet, just lunch and dinner. 5 bites of food each. Now, one thing a lot of people like about this diet is that these 5 bites of food can be anything you want. You could have 5 bites of cake, you could have 5 bites of broccoli. Whatever you want. So, essentially, it's a diet of whatever you want to eat. You just can only have 5 bites of it. Now, admittedly, a lot of people will have trouble with holding to that sort of a diet. So, Dr. Lewis also recommends that in the early days of the diet, it is also allowed to have up to 2 one-bite snacks between meals. Apparently, the difference between 12 and 10 isn't going to change your weight that much. But I'm not a nutritionist, so I can't tell you how that works. Well, a lot of you are now probably wondering, what should you be eating in these 5 bites? I mean, I know you can eat whatever you want, but what in particular is best for you to be eating? I'll tell you this much. Not this marshmallow. This is really unhealthy. You can probably scrap that. So, if you're really serious about doing this diet in a healthy way, then what you should be doing for the 5 bite meals is dividing them up the same way you would divide up the amount of food you would eat in a normal meal. So, if half of your meal is normally vegetables, half of the bites you have should be vegetables. And it's particularly recommended that at least 1 or 2 bites of food a day be solid forms of protein, because on such a low-calorie diet, you're getting about 900 calories a day. Energy crashes are going to be a problem if you're not getting that energy and protein. In terms of what you can drink, you can have anything you want. And this time it means not just any type of drink you want, but as much as you want. The only condition is that it has to be 0 calories, which will limit the type somewhat. If you're having trouble thinking of anything to drink that's just 0 calories, I can give you a hint. There's this really great stuff out there, it's called water. You should try it. The last thing required by the diet is that you take a daily multivitamin and saturated omega-3 fish oil capsule. The reason for this is that on such a meager portion of food each day, you're going to be having a little bit of trouble meeting your body's mineral and vitamin needs. And these daily vitamins and capsules will enable you to meet those needs without having to keep consuming tons and tons of extra food outside what the diet demands. So, in terms of pros and cons, on the bright side of the diet, you can basically eat anything you want within the 5 bites per meal that you're allowed. You can drink basically anything you want with 0 calories in it. You get to have a nice healthy multivitamin and fish oil every day, and you will quickly lose weight and reset your hunger threshold and be prepared to continue on a healthier lifestyle. As for cons, well, with a diet this well designed, there really aren't many to consider, so...
We now interrupt this infomercial in order to bring you this piece of breaking news. A young New Jersey resident was found earlier today, unconscious in their house. Emergency medical professionals rushed to the site, and they have currently been placed in the hospital, where they are supposedly beginning to make a recovery. Although we are not certain what the cause of the young person's apparent illness was, rumor does hold that supposedly they were undergoing something called the 5-bite diet, which may result in extreme malnutrition in its participants. However, these rumors cannot be clarified at this time, as doctors are still holding all medical information as confidential. And now, we return to your regularly scheduled program.
You can see the diet really does work in real life. So now, let's hear from some real-life people who tried the diet and actually had it work for them.
I'm on the 5 bites diet, where I get to eat anything as long as it's 5 bites, from chocolates to chips, and I could eat one of these pieces. I could eat 5 pieces of chocolate as long as they're all 5 bite-sized pieces of chocolate, and that be my entire meal. Any other diets that let you do that? Like, boom. That's a 5th of my meal. And with this diet, I've lost a ton of weight. Like, look. Well, to be honest, while I'm on this diet, even though I get to eat anything, I've started losing a lot of my energy, and I got pretty sick from malnutrition.
I really must apologize for all of that unprofessional nonsense. We did not screen those people at all before we let them in. Really sorry about all that. We will have the editors put in some images that other people who tried the diet sent in to show you just how much of an effect the diet can have and how positive it is. So, there you have it. That was the 5 Bites Diet. I hope you enjoyed this episode of Hausman Productions. Thank you for watching, and hope to see you next time.